Alrighty, come one, come all, welcome in, welcome in. Um, it is Wednesday, the 8th of November, in the year of our digital god, 2020. I don't know where I was going. This sounded better in my head. Yeah, this
The
bit
year
sounded.
of Yggdrasil. What?
Yeah, this bit sounded better in my head. So, welcome into the Code Crown Podcast Mini. Episode 38. So this is our 38th episode of Digimon Seekers. Currently looking at 3-7.
Mm.
And wow, they just
This is just depressing.
they just threw us into, oh yeah, Sai is dead.
Yeah.
Well, DMIA.
Yeah, might as well be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And might be getting shipped off to America? Question mark.
Yeah, so I wasn't sure if that was in the past or the future, but it seems to be
It seems to be a conversation that
a
happened in the
now
past.
thing. Okay, we've completely read it differently.
Well, because it ends with Yulin still in the lobby, and then she gets distracted by the little orb thing that
That's what
AG
I'm
did.
feeling like she's there to say goodbye because they're sending her body off to some.
Oh, because it did end with her going into Ryu Senji's office, didn't it? So I suppose,
And we know that she visited Ryu Senji.
yeah. So this is her leaving Abaddon then. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I totally forgot while I was reading this that that her and AG had actually passed each other by. I'd forgotten about that.
That's what I read it as anyway.
Yeah.
That she went in and told him he told her that they were going to ship Saya off now. Because we know all along there's been a body in there.
Mm.
So if she'd been shipped off to America, then who would that have been?
Yeah, that's fair. That's very fair. We've just had so much. Pardon me. We've just had so much flashback for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Like this is our 7th week of flashback.
Yeah.
And
oh, I feel like we're kind of coming out of it now then?
yeah, we're back in modern day, so I guess we're going to be picking up with AG again next week, or we're going to be cutting to Tartarus or Kosuke or something, who we know now that Yulin and Kosuke just have not talked since this happened.
Yeah.
He shut himself off from the world, and,
is he
understandably so.
Is he, like, I'm wondering, has Ryu Senji, like, told him that she's off to America?
I have no idea.
Like,
has he been able to reach out to him? Like, he must know, like, didn't we figure out he knows Kosuke is Tartarus? But now because of Project Tartarus, that must be like...
Yeah.
like, he must have put 2 and 2 together on this, but hasn't been able to reach out to the Sons of Chaos directly.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe that's the only reason he's doing this. He's trying to find out what Kosuke is, how he is, and what he's up to with the Sons of Chaos. Because he probably knows that he's going to try find Saya.
Yeah.
So do you think it was Omegamon that attacked them?
I don't know. So I suppose, like, let's break down the episode a bit, because it's really the first 2/5 of this, I want to say, are actually important, and then the rest of it is just Yulin's feelings.
Yeah,
which are valid, but
yeah, it looks like a really long chapter, and I was like, wow, so much must have happened when they were like when they went on this adventure, and it was just like, no, it was a failure.
Yeah.
She's gone. That's it.
You look at the length of the chapter, and I was like, oh, okay, so we're gonna get like a breakdown of like everything that went wrong. And it's 2 lines of they got waylaid by some beast.
And they don't remember, they didn't see.
Because the technology isn't up to snuff, they have no visual representation of what it was. Saya's really the only one that might have an inkling of what happened, but even because she's DMIA now, her data's gone. And Yulin only has Yulin only has a feeling that something bad, was coming for them, with the benefit of hindsight. But You can't. They've nothing to show what they were attacked by.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm guessing it's probably Omegamon or some other Royal Knight because
Yeah.
the dim cards make a lot more sense now that I have them. It makes more sense now that Yulin has Ryudamon and Kosuke has Dorumon because we're going to get Alphamon. So our team of Seekers or Tamers or Hololizers, whatever, are going to have an Alphamon on their team, and Omegamon's going to be and the other Royal Knights are going to be on the opposite side, which is interesting because like X Evolution Alphamon was antagonistic. Tri Alphamon was antagonistic. Cyber Sleuth, they work together because of Nokia and Kyoko, but I think this is the first time we've really had like an antagonistic Omegamon that like isn't, Zwart Defeat or the Enforcer.
He's just Omegamon the villain.
Yeah.
He's not really, but to the humans.
But to the humans, yeah. Like from the human, like he's just doing his job. He's like,
he's
he's just being the big.
He's like a hero of the digital world, protecting them from humans.
Yeah, being the world's most powerful bouncer or gatekeeper. Sorry, no humans allowed. Bang, and the dirt is gone.
It's really curious what happens to them once they're in there now.
Yeah. So Sai is gone, and like you see the image we have on screen here, Kosuke, crying over Saya. It seems
attached to the machine.
Yeah, she's still attached to the machine. Ryusenji prioritized those two over her. Like, I guess he realized she was gone, and it was better to it does kind of say it was better to pull them back than lose the whole team in one fell swoop. But it does seem like operation. How did you interpret this? Was the project put on hold because of the failure, or was it put on hold in the biggest inverted commas ever?
I feel like this project itself was just cut off. Like doing surveys and all that, but mind linking itself continued.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever. Obviously, his funding didn't get cut or anything like that. So
like,
this all definitely happened in secret.
Yeah, because the way I read it was that like it was cut off to keep them out of it, because there's a line about how like Ryusenji built up like respect from his lab associates for keeping his students safe, and but so it feels like he was doing the research in secret then.
It's almost like he used Saya, like I said last week. Was it last week on this show, or was it on another show about the experiments about people freezing and stuff?
No.
It's like he kind of used what happened to her as another topic for research.
Yeah.
Rather than, oh shit, my daughter's basically dead.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this is interesting. And kind of used her as a way, like what happened to her, like how long she was in there.
Yeah.
What her, I don't know, her brain patterns were up until that.
Yeah.
All of that was to stop it happening to someone else. But it seems he's done it in kind of a cold way as opposed to.
Yeah.
Like she's just more researched at it.
Yeah, because even Yulin has like a thought here where it's like maybe we shouldn't have let him throw himself into his work. There's a bit
like it could be a grieving thing.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
It could very well have been just a way of coping with what happened, but
kind of looking at it as a way because like they were saying, the technology was just not good enough for what they were trying to do. Or the technology back then wasn't good enough for what they were trying to do.
Yeah, because they were basically trying to contact aliens.
Yeah.
So
they, if they were to do the same experiment in current time, maybe it would be a bit better.
And maybe that's what the Sons of Chaos have been trying to do.
Yeah.
That this is all building up to that. Maybe they wanted Mugen Draymon to be able to assist with that, because it's
to try to take down Omegamon with him because he's so powerful.
Yeah.
Although, I don't think that works.
No.
No.
No, I
But
mean,
for all they know, you know.
well, I mean,
They
yeah,
don't.
they were
don't
to
know.
know that Nation X were, basically using it as a giant battery.
Oh, but what I mean, they wouldn't know the power level of Omegamon.
Oh
either,
no,
so-
but I figure,
Although everyone seems to know who he is.
yeah, I want that to be explained later.
Yeah.
Maybe when Eiji comes back into the story.
Who's an Omegamon? How do you know that name?
Yeah, like why did Leon know what an Omegamon is?
Yeah.
I still don't get that.
It's like he's been kind of near a void before and seen him and researched him or something.
Yeah.
But if he hasn't, it doesn't make sense.
No, so I do want that explained later.
Yeah, because it's not like they got any data on if he was the one who attacked them. They didn't get any data on him at all.
To be able to know. Yeah, and that's what I thought this was going to do until they went with, oh no, like nobody knows what happened that day. I thought this is where, okay, they got attacked by Omegamon. They have this data on file now. Ryu Senju was able to say to Leon, watch out for this thing.
Yeah.
And that would, there you go. That's your connective tissue, and you clear up what looks like a plot hole or a continuity error.
Yeah.
Back at the end of chapter 2, like.
Yeah, like I know some of them would know different Digimon because they use them as tools or whatever, but not Omegamon. He makes the least sense right now.
None of these characters should know the classification of Royal Knight.
No, definitely not.
Maybe we'll get more flashbacky stuff, but I don't think we will, because the implication I got here was Kosuke went off and did his own thing. Yulin traded in her lab coat for a badge. She says that herself.
Yeah.
So she wanted to keep researching, but she's just doing it under a different guise now.
Yeah.
But there doesn't seem to be any connective tissue to either of them learning about the system administrator, Yggdrasil, or like what a Royal Knight is, especially if even after 20 years now, they still haven't been able to decipher Saya's data.
Yeah. I also want to know where they're, like, I know Palmon and Tentomon were injured. Where are they?
Yeah.
Did they give them back to Ryu Senju?
Yeah.
Professor Oak take the Pokemon back?
Yeah, I feel like they should have addressed that more, because that like hearing that they were injured,
they were killed.
Yeah.
then that cuts that off.
Yeah, they were destroyed by whatever attacked them. Only Agumon survived, and that's how Saya went DMIA, because she crossed the L line or whatever. But yeah, like it's just like Palmon and Tentomon were injured. That's it. Like
that's it. Yeah.
Like, does Yulin still have Palmon? Like, is Ryudomon just sort of like not a temporary, or like, are they not linked? No, maybe that's the wrong way to look at this. Like, did Palmon and Tentomon just become their Tyrannomon for Eiji? Where like
maybe like they still have them, but they're or maybe they keep them more as pets rather than for fighting because of what happened. Or something. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, that's not a bad show. Do I think we'll ever have them addressed again? No, probably not. So I think we'll just add them to the kill count. I'm not giving you a graphic for that though. Yeah, but like other than that, it is just about like Yulin's feelings on the whole thing, and how the longer things went on, the harder it became to reach out to Kosuke, and Ryu Senju became such a commanding presence that she felt like she couldn't, engage him in like frivolous or small talk.
Yeah, she felt like she didn't have a friend in him anymore. Essentially. Like he was their boss, but it wasn't like, they could still banter with him or whatever. But it's like he's become such a, I don't want to say celebrity, but he's just a bigger boss now, basically.
Yeah.
So much so that we thought he was Tartarus.
Yeah.
But
and
I would say he's such a highly regarded professor. CEO. I don't know what he is exactly to Abaddon,
Yeah.
but he runs everything, and it's just probably become more and more daunting to talk to him, especially with Saya not being around.
Yeah, I just wanted to shift
It's
this
like,
over because Yulin is in this image.
yeah,
Um,
but it's like hanging out with your friend's dad after your friend has passed away. Like it's
haven't had to do that.
yeah, no, I've never had to do that, but I feel like it would just be awkward. You know what I mean? Like you could have had chats and banter with that person
Yeah.
while their child was around, while your friend was there. But then, you being there, you just feel like you're a reminder of them for that. That's why she hasn't reached out to Kosuke either. She thinks she's gonna reopen that wound.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gotta just be.
Like the trailer seems to indicate that they're going to clash at some point, and he's ready for her.
They're ready at that gate, so I wonder if they're going to like. There's meant to be a clash, and he says something about Saya, and she goes, "Okay," and they go through the gate because he needs her Digimon to do it. So.
Yeah, like we know he's looking for the 3 prototypes. And now technically the Sons of Chaos have 2 of them, but
yeah. And I feel like he could easily convince Yulin to go with him.
Yeah.
That's fine, Saya.
Yeah, well, that's
Put everything else aside. Now we can do it.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Initially, I thought our group of like tamers for this endeavor or project was going to be Yulin, Satsuki, Eiji, Kosuke, Leon, and maybe Marvin.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I feel like Marvin and Satsuki will be pulled into it.
Yeah.
And I think, once we get in there, then Leon and Saya will be added once we save them or find out what happened to them exactly. Like if they're just Digimon now.
Yeah, I think we'll save. I think we'll save Leon properly because that Jogress has to happen.
Yeah. I feel like he's not been in there long enough.
No.
Maybe Saya's been fused too long to separate her.
Yeah.
I feel like
if we don't get Saya back at the end of this after like everything, it's kind of a downer ending in itself.
Yeah, I feel like Ryusenji in theory knows how to separate them now, but he can't because he can't find them. Because whoever goes DMIA, they're lost to the digital world.
Yeah.
So you can't get that core back to actually put this theory into practice. But I feel like he does have something worked out.
Okay.
That's why he's like still keeping this research up. He's still tracking everything when people are mind linked and sending them further and further in.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, and then as you say, like this really just makes. You had said like a couple of weeks ago. This kind of hammers it home further, where we can see now why Yulin was so against Satsuki, like taking her time and not taking it seriously.
That's why she's so strict about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what she means by I won't lose another person to it.
Yeah.
Because we were like, oh, maybe there's been some Digipolice that got lost or whatever. Now there still could be.
There still could be because
like
the chapter says Saya was the first, not only.
Yeah.
So this seems to have happened again in the years since.
I also wonder if with what I just said there about thinking Ryusenji knows how, that would also, I feel, explain why he's kept Saya's body alive for so long instead of letting it go.
Yeah. Because she's not quite dead.
She's not quite dead, but after 20 years, someone in a coma.
Yeah.
And like he still has had no way. But I feel like he has some kind of inkling on how to do it. And that's why.
Why send her to America then?
Because they have better stuff to keep her body alive.
Which is wild considering like how much money this facility has that they haven't like improved on the technology they have, or they haven't brought it up to par.
But they're not a medical company, so I'm sure they would have connections to medical stuff, but maybe the connections in America are just, or maybe the medical facilities in America are just better. And When you're, look how rich he is, okay? They're better.
This really is a fantasy land.
There's great medical facilities in America. You just have to be able to afford them, which Ryusenji 100% can. So
I was gonna say, wait till he gets his bill. Ryusenji gets the bill, and you just see the next day he's outside Abaddon putting a for sale sign up.
Yeah, that's why, like, yeah, that's one thing I was thinking, like, eventually people might let a person go and turn off the life support or whatever, because they're not coming back. But if he
feels like he can undo the process,
he just has to find
the Black
maybe
Agumon.
Find the Black Agumon, try make it work, and then if it doesn't work, maybe he'd say goodbye to her. But I feel like, yeah, and I think that's why Yulin was visiting him.
So to say goodbye.
Like we were saying, oh, maybe they keep in contact because of this and that, but I don't think they do. I think that was just her visiting Saya all this time.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah, or he reached out to her and said, "Oh, here, look, I'm doing this."
Yeah.
You know, I thought you might want to say, have one last visit, or But Kosuke just hasn't been to visit all these years.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been off doing his own, putting himself into his own research, I suppose.
Yeah.
But
which I don't know if that helps or hinders the theory we had that, like, Ryusenji was handing out the linkers.
Yeah.
Like Bagramon was handing out crossloaders.
Yeah. I don't know, because I know obviously he teamed up with the police themselves and the government.
Yeah.
Yulin getting one might have just been a coincidence in that point, in that way. But or she brought him into the police, I don't know.
Well, he does he does provide their tech, though, I feel.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe she got into the police force or whatever and introduced him to be the supplier,
Yeah.
Or something to that effect. We don't know how the Digipolice were set up at all. So
no, I'd love backstory on that as well. Like, maybe we'll get that in 3-8. Maybe we don't go back to AG.
That seems to be focusing on Yulin at the end as well. Maybe we'll get a little bit more of her.
Yeah. There was that line about trading her lab coat for a badge and uniform. I'm like, oh, okay. Are you going to be instrumental in how the Digipolice was set up? Like, what is? So we got to get a chapter of that, and then we go back to AG, or like, I'm enjoying this. Like, I'm in no rush to get back to AG.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the backstory.
Yeah,
like we've had these characters kind of dotted in between everything.
Yeah,
and now we're getting a full backstory, so we'll have the whole story going forward. Then once it all culminates, because if we didn't get any of this back stuff and then it just went into battles with Yulin and Kosuke, and we wouldn't
looking for Leon and all of that stuff.
Yeah, if it went into all that, and then they found the Black Agumon and Saya, we'd have no real connection to that if we didn't get these flashbacks. No. So I really love that they've done this. So other things would just give you a throwaway line about how they used to work together or something. You know?
No, like, it feels like they've dedicated a lot of time to this, but a lot of the chapters that were segments that we've kind of looked at the last couple of weeks, have been very, short, or indicate, like, where, 3-2 and 3-3 could have all been the one chapter, or, something like that. But
even if there was more slice of life stuff in it, getting to know these characters, I'd like it. Like, actually explaining Kosuke and Saya, are they married or are they just engaged, or what happened?
His fiance in this chapter, so I don't think they were married. When I read that line, and like, he was holding his fiance, who I was thinking more. I think the Saya line about being his wife reads two ways. Either it was maybe, and it could just be a case of the AI translation, and maybe then it just wasn't fixed when someone went in to tidy it up.
Yeah.
In that, like, it's been I'm going to be his wife, or I'm basically his wife now.
Yeah.
It's more of a, or she's just
like a girlfriend who is
mentally skipping the engaged partners, going, well, you know, I'm his wife now, or his wife to be.
Yeah,
so,
or just in a kind of bantery way, like I'm his girlfriend, but I do everything for him anyway. I might as well be the wife, you know.
Yeah. Although I don't think she's that sarcastic.
No, I don't mean it in a sarcastic way, but you know.
Yeah.
It coming up to just calling herself his wife.
Yeah.
You know. Like I used to say I was our housemate's wife because I do everything for her. Because she was incompetent. Therefore I was her wife.
Was?
I think she don't watch this show.
I kid.
Well. Anyway, but that's the thing, you know, you joke about things like that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the way it was. And then he decided to actually put it into practice then with the engagement.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like the engagement happened, but just because he, you know, was a poor student, you know, couldn't afford the ring. And then until their fortunes turned, and then he was able to, and then it was like, and that's where the banter of, oh, it's official now, is it?
Yeah.
And Yulin being all, oh, you're taking my dear sweet Saya away from me, Kosuke. Like if Saya ever wakes up, that's gonna be weird as well, because like Saya's still like 19, 20, and like Yulin and Kosuke are like gonna be in their like
30,
late 30s, early 40s now, and like
it's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Like
again, it's like Survive.
Like it depends on her experiences in the digital world, if she's been conscious all this time and actually had that time, or how time works in this digital world. If she's only been in there for a couple of days and it's been 20 years on the outside. Well, not a couple of days, but
I don't know, because I still think it's, well, I mean, I think it loves to do that, like 1 minute in the, you know, 1 day in the digital world is 1 minute in the real world. It still loves to, the franchise still loves to do that time differential stuff.
Yeah, so I'm like, if it has a different thing here.
Yeah, but she'll still have, like, she'll still be younger, like, or she could be mentally older, but I'm still looking at it from a seeker's perspective, where Miyuki comes back to the real world and it's like, what do you mean it's not 1950 anymore?
Oh, survival perspective, yeah.
Yeah, the other Miyu.
Yeah.
the non-brat
one. Yeah, like it will. That's what I'm saying. If her consciousness just comes back and it's been like a day for her.
Yeah.
Like she didn't even realize she was in the digital world. Like if she was just doing the experiment and then she wakes up and it's 20 years later.
Yeah.
That's gonna be crazy.
Well, yeah, definitely, because like like we don't know yet. Like they say that like the consciousness and the core become one, but we don't know if we don't know yet if the consciousness has will, or if it just the Digimon
or if it's like Get Out, where there's like a person in control and the other consciousness is just floating around in the background.
Yeah.
Like you're in there but you're not the driver.
Yeah, or you're not aware of yourself. So she'd be seeing everything through Agumon's eyes and absorbing that information, but it's just she's just another process in Agumon's programming now, so she has no sense of will for that, or to be able to experience the joy or the fear or things like that. It's just oh, I saw everything he did, but was program.
Yeah, it just depends if they're depends on what fusing means, really, because we know what fusing means, but what it means for the two consciousness.
Because like the novel is interesting in this regard, where it wants to try and explain stuff, but then has to remember that it's not supposed to know. So it's like they like there's a lot of lines where it's like, oh, you know, the consciousness and the Digicore become one. I'm like, okay, but if all the Digimon disappear, how do you know this?
Yeah, how do you know that? Yeah.
You know, like, are you just making assumptions of what happens, or have you had like a live case study that you've been able to save before it goes away?
Yeah, like not even, not save the person, like, but just study
like
the core itself,
or the Digimon. Like, have you been able to recapture the Digimon and sort of look at its core and go, oh, this is what happened? remember, like, there was a time there where we thought Saya was in Lugomon.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why we thought Lugerman was because they were remembering what happened to Saya or whatever.
Yeah. But like that's not the case now. But that would also sort of lean into how they would have this knowledge because they were able to study Lugomon.
Yeah.
And that's why Lugomon's memories are kind of hazy because it doesn't quite remember everything, or some of its memory is like fragmented. And that might have explained that, but
yeah, Lugomon doesn't seem to be remembering. But there has to be something about him because he lives in the slums rather than the digital world.
Yeah.
So he's not allowed into the digital world.
Yeah, and his interface is like older tech than Ryudomon and Dorumon's. Like their interfaces are more advanced.
Yeah.
So his is like his is like a beta test prototype interface, and theirs are like an alpha build.
Yeah.
Alpha. Alphamon. That was the joke, not alpha.
Not that kind of alpha.
Yeah, not that kind of alpha. Yeah, alpha Pokemon. God, I hate them.
Alpha Lopunny, though.
Yeah, you do have a kink. But yeah, it's like
can we just have a quick scroll through and see if there's anything we missed?
Yeah, I don't really think there is. I think we've covered like the bases of it. There's no fan art again this week.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if maybe we should just have a quick perusal ourselves to see if anything stands out. But there was this thing. There was like this theory where maybe Saya's Agumon was being targeted by another like group or something. Or some sort of malicious code or AI within the digital world had gone, no, I'm having you.
Yeah.
So was there something special about that Black Agumon?
Was there a racist bird that didn't like that they were bonding? What's his name?
Zhukomon.
Zhukomon, yeah.
Stupid tamers. But yeah,
it'd be hilarious if it was him again.
Yeah.
But no, it had to be Omegamon.
Yeah, I think
Omegamon's the racist in this.
I hear you're a racist now, Omegamon. Like, what is Yggdrasil's stance on the whole racism thing? It's just, I have the farm during the day, and I like just, watching the telly in the evening. I don't know if I'd have time for the old racism there. Just Omegamon, I'm not a racist. Again, Father Ted references for those who don't know. If you know, you know, and well done to you. But if you don't, go watch Father Ted. Yes. Just don't buy it because we don't support the writer. Don't buy it new.
The writer is awful.
Yeah, he got awfully problematic. Or maybe he was all along and it's only coming out.
He could have been all along, yeah. He just happened to write a really good show.
Yeah. The show was also 20-something years old now, so
you can get it in CX for like $12.
Yeah, or 7 Seas. What?
Yeah.
Anyway. So he didn't have that power. His Tartarus probe was damaged, barely functioning. Palmon and Tentomon were injured. The professor prioritized their safe return. He couldn't risk all of them going DMIA. Shulin was now squad leader with Digipolice stuff. What?
He said Shulin.
Oh god.
Since you're scanning through it, your brain put the two words together.
Sorry, Shu Yulin. Yeah, so Yulin was now a squad leader with the Digipolice, stood in the laboratory, wall-sized. Yeah. Analysis of the mission data showed that her consciousness remained... so this is kind of how they know. So analysis of the mission data showed that her consciousness remained in Agumon's Digicore. But
I still don't know how they know that because...
But that itself disappeared from the site of the accident.
Yeah. So it was there for a minute and...
Yeah.
They registered that it happened and then it disappeared?
Mm-hmm. Saya was officially DMIA, the first person on record to go missing in the digital world. Not only, which is like, oh, that's terrifying.
So there is a hospital room, like in
Cyber Sleuth.
In Cyber Sleuth, where everyone who's been DMIA is just hanging out. Hanging out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get you. Over half of the stated goals of the mission were accomplished, but the loss of a crew member outweighed all of that. How could the mission be seen as anything other than a disastrous failure? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but they were doing all this in secret, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Kind of like when, in media, when like a scientist tests on themselves because they can't get the funding.
They can't, because it's unethical to test on humans or whatever.
Yeah.
So they go, I'll do it then.
Yeah, or even in secret, they go, well, if they won't approve this product, I'll make them see it works. And that's how we get the Green Goblin.
Yeah, exactly.
Deep inside, she believed the digital world was the next frontier for humanity to conquer, that Digimon were beneath humans, so consumed with thoughts of developing completely. Yeah, so Yulin is just kind of like...
Yeah, it's kind of like we didn't think that there might be stronger ones in there.
Yeah.
We just thought we were better than them because they were...
Data packets, and
we were... Yeah. So they didn't have any contingencies for being attacked by something bigger and stronger.
Yeah, they felt like everything was the size of a Tentomon or Palmon.
They just assumed they were all child level Digimon.
Yeah. Now Saya was gone. No one could quite pronounce her dead, but she wasn't alive either. Yulin wasn't sure the gods could even make a judgment call on that one. Ryusenji did everything he could to keep her in stable condition. Yeah, he kept the Tartarus program and its mind link experiments going in secret to shield Yulin and Kosuke from the inherent risks. They did not know he was still doing this stuff.
He didn't want them, it says up above there, he didn't want them to go back in to try, because he thought they'd get too tempted to rescue Saya.
Yeah.
That's why he pulled them out in the first place, because he thought they'd just continue on and go after her.
Yeah. And then you risk losing them because, Kosuke, I could see being the next one to go.
Yeah.
But... he's clearly been building up his own research facility in the last 20 years, and couldn't remember the last time she saw Kosuke. Was it really when he went to visit Saya in the hospital right after the accident? So right after the accident, since then Kosuke hasn't been seen.
Yeah.
Stopped coming to school and work. He dropped out of everything.
Oh, okay. It is in the past.
Yeah, see, this is the line. This is where I thought, because, like...
Oh.
So, do Yulin and Kosuke think that Saya's body is in America? Has he been hiding everything from them?
Yeah, because he didn't want them to be coming in constantly and,
interfering with the research, or, trying to force themselves to go on another mission, or...
Yeah, or he didn't want them to see that he was, like, experimenting with Saya, perhaps?
Maybe, yeah. But that's what I mean, yeah, it's got like
we know her body is in there, because Leon said it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We know there's a body under a sheet on a table in that lab.
Yeah. Unless it's not her. Unless it's another DMIA person.
Oh God, I hope not. I hope there's not just a mysterious, like, sixth character that turns up at, like, halfway through the show.
But the thing, maybe he sent her to America to this great facility that keeps coma patients alive or whatever, and the next person it happened to, he held on to them for experiments instead of experimenting on his daughter. I don't know.
Yeah. So, like, this is... Yeah, so, like, I was right at the start.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, sorry. I mixed that up, because she was...
Made me look like an idiot in front of the viewers. How dare! You're fired.
I'm the idiot.
You're fired.
I'm fired?
Yeah. I'm going to replace you with Cargo Dramon.
You're going to replace me with Cargo Dramon?
Yeah.
How is a helicopter going to fit in here?
We'll make it work. I'll pull him out of... Like, I have him on my bracelet here. And he's a good boy. But, I'll find a way to put him in the studio. You wait and see.
Oh, okay. First you replace me with Tedismon, and Yuki wants to drown me, and...
You stop getting stuff wrong, I mean... Clearly.
That's what I really thought bit about America was her there at the visit with him.
Hmm. Yeah, no, like, it is. Look, I get you. It is a bit weird, right?
Because we know she's
Because
thinking about it
Yulin's
while
like,
she's in the lobby of Abaddon.
yeah, because like it says like Yulin couldn't remember the last time she saw Kosuke,
Mm.
and then we learned that like he stopped coming to school and work, and then things like that, right? So the line about you're sending her to America does feel like this happened in Ryusenji's office when she turned up
Yeah.
there. But then
Then
it goes starts talking about them being
yeah.
students again, and Yulin's graduation, and Kosuke's just decided to drop out of everything.
Yeah, well, he was going to do that anyway, and that's why he says there as well.
Yeah,
It was a matter of time for him as well, so he was going to do it either way. And we know that he said that back when they were back in that little cramped office.
yeah.
So he always wanted to drop out, but with this being a secret, yeah, he's trying to cut Yulin off from it so she won't be associated with it.
Mm.
So she can graduate. Okay, yeah.
Then time stopped for her and Kosuke after the accident, as did, as far as they knew, the Tartarus program and research into the digital world.
Mm.
The three were scattered to the wind, and they couldn't do more than worry about one another. And then she has that line where she was wondering if it was healthy for the professor to have just thrown himself completely into the research.
Yeah, see, all of this is.
But it all feels more
future again.
Yeah, like, this feels like Yulin in the lobby.
Yeah.
Thinking about everything that's happened. And then we learned that she couldn't bring herself to try and contact Kosuke. So yeah, look, I can see why it is a bit muddled, like what part of the conversation is happening where.
Yeah.
Because she's like, Saya was a part of the lab, a part of the company, a part of the team that was. And then she starts looking at that data virus vaccine thing in the lobby, and then it says like after all these years, she's no closer to an answer, but she can't tear herself away from the digital world. Yeah. She just traded her lab coat and name tag for a uniform and badge.
I guess the next episode then,
so that
next chapter is going to be that, like,
I want it to be her joining the DigiPolice, and then like we get a flash forward of her, like her meeting Satsuki.
Yeah, I would like though this, because we saw her coming out and we know she's in. This is her waiting to go in to see Ryusenji while Eiji is there.
Oh.
So I'd like to see that meeting. To kind of clear up kind of where Saya is.
Oh, okay. So
what's happening, or
right? So you're seeing it now as if she's not leaving the office, but she's still just arrived for the initial.
Yeah, I feel like she's sitting in the lobby, waiting to go in for her appointment.
I guess we'll find out.
Because then Eiji's already in there.
Yeah.
He leaves and then she goes in. So I feel like she's sitting there.
I need to go back and look at something here, because the trying to look at the placement of who is what and where. Like, I do like that we got these flashbacks, right? But I wish something in the late part of this segment would say back in modern day, or we find
like they're kind of writing it as a script as opposed to a novel right now.
Again.
Yeah.
No, we're not. Let's say that.
We can see, if we were watching this, we'd see what was flashback and what was her sitting in the lobby.
Yeah.
And, it would be her sitting there thinking out loud,
Yeah.
But it's not written very well.
No, like, it's not paced very well, I think, is because it's like flashback, but there's no defined cutoff from where we transition back to modern day. And that's what muddles up this chapter and sort of got us confused on what's happening where. Yeah. Because I thought it was still happening in the past because of these lines about the graduation.
Yeah.
But the surrounding text, everything surrounding all that, makes it feel like we're back in modern day now.
Yeah.
So there should be a break there to say, so many years later, Yulin is now in the Abaddon lobby thinking about all that's transpired.
Yeah.
And then you get that stuff about she hadn't been able to reach out to Kosuke because, and the longer it went on, and etc. etc.
Yeah, like her focusing on
I'll go back and have a look at something else.
the things that we know are in the lobby is kind of supposed to do what we want, but
Yeah.
bringing you back to modern day. But that should have been further back, I think.
Was Where's Omegamon? And then the interlude. Did Eiji and Yulin have their?
It was the art for it, wasn't it?
Was it this one? Was this them crossing paths? Was it all the way back in 2.9? It was.
It was, yeah.
So that's oof. Yeah. So he went, yeah, because they crossed paths, and then he went off and lured Leon then to the wasteland, and then they had their battle, and then
Yeah,
there's the
because
intermission.
that one with 2-9 for a minute. That's him. That's them after the cafe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were in the cafe, and then he went upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is kind of where we were like, Jesus, if Ryusenji had just said to Leon, leave him alone. He's working for me.
Yeah.
We could have avoided half of this.
Yeah.
And
AG probably should have said something there.
Yeah.
Like, I know Leon's working for you as well. Can you tell him to back off?
Yeah.
You know,
like any sensible
any
person
communication there would have been great.
wouldn't it?
Whether Leon would have done it or not, because he's all
Yeah.
uppity about code crackers or whatever.
So
But
I
at
guess
least he would have been told, and then it would have been even more his fault for
Yeah.
what happened.
So I guess what we're meant to sort of infer from a lot of this is that 2.9 happens. AG goes off and does 2.10 through 13.
Yeah.
Or interlude. In the meantime, then 3.1 has happened. And then 3.2 onward is Yulin remembering before 2.9 or is after having the meeting with Ryusenji.
Yeah,
and this is all
like
and this
they're
is all
in the
post
cafe.
2.9.
They're in the cafe.
Yeah.
AG goes upstairs. She comes in. She's sitting in the lobby. So I think all the flashback is all her brain, basically.
I want to draw up a timeline. I want to draw. No, seriously, because okay, that's it doesn't quite work. God damn.
Okay, that's a bit weird.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. Undo there. Right. So we have. I need a bigger paintbrush for this. Yeah, give me the 5 pixel. Right. So we have 2.9.
Yeah.
And then that, and I will put this up on screen once I've done it, and then that splits off into 2, not timelines, but 2 segments.
Yeah.
So AG goes off, right? So AG goes off and does 2.10 to 2.13. In the meantime, Yulin is
so this chapter goes there.
Yeah. So this
goes first.
But the end of this chapter has to go. The end of 3.7 has to go here. Because she's waiting in the lobby.
Yeah, that's what I mean. This chapter.
Right.
She's waiting in the lobby after 2.9.
But she can't be in the lobby after 2.9. She has to be in the lobby post 2.9. Or pre 2.9. Because it means...
Yeah. Okay.
So...
But that's what's happening. She's there while they're in the cafe. Well, just after they've left the cafe. She comes into the lobby.
I don't think this is right. I think this is post meeting with Ryusenji, and it's dredged up all these memories. So 2.9 to 3.7. Right, AG, Yulin, they don't meet, encounter. Lads, there's no art section this week, so we're making our own fun here. So pre 2-9, then end 3-7. Flashback, it is then 3 to most of 3-7. And I am writing letters with a mouse. This is turning out jank as heck. So this is your thought process on how this works then.
And I'm drawing it out myself.
Well, I'm going to try and put this back up on screen.
All right. Save it.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to save the image, aren't I? Okay.
So we said 3-7 is their encounter, right? Or
2-9 is their, yeah, where they walk by each other. I believe that's what we're doing today. Okay, so Meg's theory, I don't know if I agree, but Meg's theory is that 2-9 and 2-9 and 3-7 happen at the same time. So 2-9 ends with AG and Yulin's encounter, but the end of 3-7 is happening pre 2-9. So at the end of 2-9, AG goes off and does segments 2-10 to 2-13. Yeah. And then on Yulin's side, we go from pre 2-9 to the end of 3-7, which is 3-2 to the start of 3-7's flashbacks.
Yeah, so if you do it chronologically, it's like...
So chronologically then is end of 3-7 into end of 2-9. For AG then 2-10 to 2-13.
Yeah, and Yulin then whatever's happening now.
With, yeah.
He goes into office.
I think this overcomplicates things.
I don't.
Look, this is what I'm saying. It should be stated like what's happening where. But this is looking like it should have been you know, it should have been more stated that following her meeting with Ryu Senji.
Yeah.
And then we'd know, okay, well the end of 3-7 is happening post 2-9 rather than before it. I can't wait to be right next week. Honestly, I can't wait to be right next week. Because this just seems convoluted as fuck. Yeah, I'm not calling it intermission. And Meg's just tapping away on her phone. So,
yeah, I'm just
right. So anyway, like I've taken this down.
Version.
Overcomplicating things. That's what you're doing.
I'm not.
Chat again. can't wait for all this to be for nothing. Because A, the novel won't acknowledge it, or B, we're just to take it that she was in the lobby after her meeting with Ryosenji rather than before the meeting. But yeah, they're like, hold on, just while I've got the website open. While I've got the website open. If I bring up the website. Oh. We can see that there is no new fan art.
None at all.
So I'm gonna take this window off because God, I don't want, more unseemly art showing on screen. But let's have a look at Twitter. Hashtag Digimon Seekers. Hashtag fan art. Search. Latest. And oh my god, the really cool art from Halloween here by Hiendust of Hellugarmon.
Oh, that's lovely.
So, well, lovely is a word. So, it's pretty damn cool. Look at that.
Wow. Oh, it's really good.
And this isn't on the website.
Yeah, that's really strange. Have they just stopped looking?
Look at them being friends.
That's so cute.
Oh my god, look at this.
Why is that not on the website?
Then oh, this is my favorite.
I love it.
I've only had this image for 2 seconds, but if anything were to happen to it, I would murder everyone here and then myself. Oh my god, this is great. This is great. And this is by let me get the tag there. Digua 925373559.
Digua.
Yeah. We have the Digimon Seekers website telling us that they've their last post on October 29th telling us that they've posted artwork submitted from October 21st to 27th. Sir, those are lies.
Yeah.
Well, was that when 27th? Was that when the last one with the 3 Tyrannomon went up, or was that the week before? Has it been 2 weeks since they've updated? Yeah, and then it's just all the tweets then are just the official Twitter saying that new artwork is up, and Digimon World Spain retweeting those tweets to say new art is up. And this is from October 11th. This artwork here is from October 11th. So, and that's on the latest tab.
Yeah.
It makes me sad. Yeah, there's that Omegamon.
Yeah.
So we're back chronologically. So hopefully the website updates this weekend for 3-8 with these images. Oh, there was a third one I missed on that.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, that's so good. Oh,
I'm so happy.
Oh, look at them. Look at Lugamon. He's such a Oh, this is great. Yeah, that was on the same post as this one. So that's really fun. Top. Oh yeah, it's just this Satsuki art that we've seen before.
I think we've seen that.
Yeah, back in April.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Yeah.
We've seen that. I don't know why this is so far down on the window. Yeah, we've definitely seen that. Chasing his own tail. Oh no, it jumped!
It jumped! Nice fox. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've seen all of these.
Yeah, I think we have. So I don't. Yeah, I just don't know why the window has jumped down. Oh yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the fan art section. We do what the official website doesn't. Um, I think that's everything. There's not a whole lot left to this. I do wonder if for 3.8 will we see like the foundation of the Digipolice.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd like that, and maybe it ends with the meeting. Like she's still sitting there mulling things over.
I really don't want that. I like it
I want to
seems
see the meeting. I want to know what the meeting was about.
I do not want the first 8 or 9 segments of chapter 3 to be continuity of 2-9 or 2-7.
I do. I
So
want to know what
dumb.
they're meeting about now.
Why would you not just have that all in chapter 2 then and stretch it out to 2.18?
Because
To say like while AG was off sulking, this was happening.
Because maybe what happens in the meeting is related to Saya or whatever happens there. Maybe he called her in to talk about something to do with Saya. Like, have they been in? Has she been in constant contact with Ryusenji?
We don't know. It didn't say.
We don't know.
It
So
just said they
if
haven't.
she's not, then it could be a
Kosuke.
very strange meeting that she's not. That's maybe why she's reminiscing all this stuff.
No, or maybe it did say. Hold on, because there was that line about like she can't have frivolous conversation with them, so it still leads me to believe that they have at least business chatter based on because of Digipolice stuff and equipping the force with linkers and that technology.
Yeah, but is that
see, I feel like this break here is supposed to be when it went back to the real world.
Yeah.
Because it's talking about she's now a squad leader standing in the lobby of Abaddon Electrons. But is this before or after the meeting with Ryusenji that AG walked out on? Or,
I
was
feel
leaving
like,
as it was coming in?
See, I feel like it's before because she doesn't say anything about meeting itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, see, the way I feel about it is that she couldn't talk to him that way. She couldn't banter with him anymore.
Yeah. If this is how these last chapters have shaken out, you need to signpost this stuff more. Story, you need to signpost this stuff more so we can follow the continuity of what's going on.
Yeah. No, the way I see it, right? So they stop talking.
Yeah.
Except for like he's doing Digipolice, whatever. And he's called her up for this meeting.
Yeah.
And that's why she's reminiscing now, because she's like, this is very weird that he's calling me in.
Yeah.
Because this happened, and then we get all the flashbacks.
Yeah. But there's no other...
And that's why but there's nothing to say either way, but I feel like if she'd had the meeting, there'd be more like, why did he call me in here to talk about this? Or why is he, why did he suddenly just want to reminisce? Or...
Or she couldn't do that in the lobby while she's waiting. Like, this is an odd summons.
Yeah, exactly. She hasn't done that, so
is this pre or post?
That's what we have to wait for next week to find out, I think.
I fucking hate this. I just wish it was signposted better, because you can't have a break in the story to suggest, and I'm just gonna pull the window back up so chat can see what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And this is what's caused this needless fucking back and forth, right? So here's the flashback part of things.
Yeah.
And then we have the image of Kosuke and everything, right?
Yeah.
And then there's this break. And then this starts to say, like, suggest that she's in the lobby. Several years separated her from the failure of the Tartarus program. And this is where it becomes like how Yulin's been doing in the 20 years since Saya went DMIA, right? All the benefit of hindsight of why, like, it's all information that they know now. The processes developed for Tartarus program were evaluated. the footage was noisy, so they don't really know what it was that attacked them, right? There's all that stuff. There's nothing they could have done. They didn't see or hear anything out in the vast sea of the network.
So it's all more flashback.
Yeah.
It's her thinking back as opposed to us living it.
Yeah. Which, like, signpost this better.
Yeah.
Because it's maybe even if it's just another one of these.
Yeah.
To separate it. Because if you skim this, it's easy enough to just see all of this as part of this.
Yeah.
And
it
that's...
just continues on. That one line about her being in the digital world, or the digital world. Sorry. That one line there with the Digipolice and standing in the lobby.
Yeah.
That should be further down.
Yeah.
That should be further down, and she zones back in when she sees the wall things in front of her materialize.
Yeah. I think, right, if you even these two lines, right? Because while she waited, and this does suggest to me, okay, it is pre the meeting with Ryu Senji, right? She's waiting in the lobby, right? So if you take these two, right, and you leave these alone, right, I think you can have this because that's a nice carry on from, because we're acknowledging it has been a couple of years, right? Blah 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 blah. Then Yulin went to couldn't remember the last time she saw Kosuke. And then okay. Or hold on. Yeah, like this all seems like it's all connected to the one flashback.
Yeah, so the point about her standing in the lobby, and then it kind of breaks here with the the dialogue.
Yeah,
and that's what kind of made me think, is she, like, she's been thinking about all this, and he says, like, he's just nattering on, kind of, and then he says about sending her to America, and she snaps back in.
You know where you put those two lines?
There.
Yeah. Like, the buzzer of, like, the counter where Hatsune Moko works, or you know, like she figured it was or even here she figured it would be too painful, and Professor Ryosenji became too commanding a presence. She felt she couldn't engage him in silly conversations anymore.
So they hadn't talked in X amount, or so they only talk business now.
So what you do is you put a paragraph in here, you put those two lines, and you say, and now Yulin finds herself standing in the lobby of Abaddon Electronics.
After X amount,
yeah, and then you do the bzz, and something appears in the edge of her view, and it's the
or even the buzz could have been
her snapping out of the flashback,
or it could have been the door opening when Eiji comes out.
But they cross each other in the room, so she has already come into the room as he's come out.
They're not in the lobby. No,
she's been sent up, so she's been
so they're in there. Or it could be the bzz, okay, he's ready for you now.
Yeah, well, that's what I would say first. Like, Hatsune Moka there is like, oh, the professor will see you now.
Yeah,
it snaps her out of the flashback.
Yeah,
so you get the bzz. She snaps out of it. She hears a voice. It's the receptionist. The professor will see you now. And then you do those two lines back up top of, was stood in the lobby of the blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then you just carry on as normal. And that is a reasonable break to distinguish what is past and what is present.
Yeah.
Which has caused a lot more confusion for this discussion today than it has really had any right to.
Yeah.
But as we've kind of sort of worked it out, this is the order of events.
But it looks like they could next.
I hate it. I'm not.
It all kind of. I think it falls with what they do next week. If this is just another meeting, the AG is not there. If this is the past meeting again,
oh God,
it could be anything. We don't know. No. So we have to wait for the next one to figure out if this timeline makes sense.
What you could do is you could have her walk into the room and AG walks by and you get her perspective on that crossing. And then she talks to Ryusenji, and then we see that, I don't know if we're going to get a flashback to the setup of the Digipolice. I think we might get a throwaway line of, oh, I went off and formed this thing.
Yeah.
But
it would be nice to get one, considering how much flashback we've had on, like,
yeah,
the university, Abaddon.
Yeah, just
D4,
just
any of that.
break it up a bit better so we
Yeah.
know where, what is past and what is present.
Yeah, because that image as well being blue, as opposed to
The
sepia.
Yeah.
That's a little that's a little confusing as well.
Yeah, actually, I didn't give that much thought initially, but yeah, why isn't this a sepia image?
Yeah.
Like it's
all
not
flashbacks.
It's not it's one of their rare full color images, and you can tell that from Yulin's hair. It's got the little blonde bit at the bottom.
Yeah.
But it fits in very well with Eiji's weird blue filter.
Yeah.
That was on all of his stories.
It's a flashback. All the flashback ones have been kind of sepia, except for Saya's hands.
Yeah. It's just a weird full color image that's very.
Like I know those two are important, showing that. Like I know they'd want to
looking for clinical, which makes sense because it's a lab.
Yeah.
But because of that, it's full of blues and whites, and it looks like it wouldn't be out of place back up here.
Yeah. And even Yulin's image there is kind of sepia toned as well, in the office. The Digipolice color is kind of brown, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, the DIN card is brown for Unimon, but
because of the light and the desk and all that. It's
but we know this is Satsuki's point of view because we got this weird perspective shot where it's coming from under her legs.
Yeah.
Still not sure how I feel about that. Why are we under Satsuki's leg looking up at Yulin?
Is it Numamon's perspective? Is he standing in between her legs? Oh no, he's giant, isn't he?
Yeah.
But if he's
also, Ryudamon doesn't seem to be hololized in this image. He just seems to exist.
Yeah.
Which is fucking weird.
Yeah, he's probably supposed to be, but they just didn't put a filter on him or something.
They probably forgot, or maybe it's a hint. Because we haven't seen any images of Kosuke and Ryudamon yet.
Yeah.
The only Ryudamon... Or Dorumon even, yeah. The only Dorumon we've seen is like our cloaked...
Yeah, he was only under the cover, yeah.
Yeah. So
if we cut to Kosuke as Tartarus and Dorumon is just there.
Yeah. Then we know it's just Lugumon and Eiji's bond isn't strong enough for him to exist in the real world yet.
Yeah, something like that.
Unless the chapter says the hololized Ryudamon beside her, and I am forgetting after 6 months of doing this.
Yeah.
Like, what, 36 weeks? What is that? 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, it's nearly 9 months of this.
Yeah. Yeah. 4 weeks we have a secrets baby.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, it has actually. It's been less. It's been like 32.
Because the first chapters came out in a week. Yeah.
Yeah, the first like 6 came out all together or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And it was like day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then from 7 onward it became weekly. Even still,
actually, I think there were 5.
Was it 5?
Together, and then
Monday to Friday, and then
we were like,
or Sunday to Thursday or something.
I don't know, because we knew there was going to be a gap, and we thought it was going to come out on the Monday again, but then it was coming out on the Sunday.
Oh yeah,
something like that. I can't remember, but there was something confusing happening at the time.
Yeah,
with the timing of it. But...
So maybe I think you might be on something. I think it was the first 5, and then it went weekly.
Well, the quickest way to find that out is look at our episodes.
That's fair.
Well, we don't have to do it now, obviously.
No. I'll look into it for next week because it's still weird. Like even if the first week was just the first 5, right? So that's week 1. We just take this for argument's sake, right? First 5 were week 1. Week 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it took 14 weeks to get through chapter 1. About 3 and change months. Then 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 weeks at the interlude. And then 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 weeks we've been at this.
Yeah.
It's been nearly a year, and I don't feel like we're even halfway through the story.
Yeah, but it's ending soon, isn't it?
Like in April, like it's there.
Oh, it's ending in April.
Yeah, so we've got like that.
I thought. Oh no, we saw someone say they thought it was ending in December or something.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
But no, like I think it's meant to run for a year. The problem is,
Yeah.
I thought it was meant to be 2 books.
Mm.
I'd have to go back and look at our Digicon
Mhm.
um
Digimon.
Digimon Con coverage to see if like it was meant to be like 2 books over
Yeah, I feel like
course
I
of-
felt like there was some kind of split in it at the
Hmm.
time. Thought there was, but maybe they changed it. Maybe they just said stick it all together because it's not doing great.
Yeah. Which is sad. Like this has a lot of potential, but this should have been an anime or a web series.
Oh, definitely.
Like I appreciate the budget that goes into these trailers. I really do, because
Yeah.
it gives you a view and context of this franchise that just has never been done before. And I really do love these trailers for that.
Yeah.
But if they weren't going to give Seekers the budget for a full-blown anime, especially after Ghost Game, which is weird because you think they'd still want to sell more of these,
Yeah.
rather than that random fucking run for the money anime.
Yeah, that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, I haven't even looked into it. I don't know how that's doing ratings.
Like I know they're doing like My Hero Academia versions.
Yeah.
I
But
feel like
Digimon is
lot
how
of-
they're selling the bracelet itself. Like I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
feel
if these have
like-
turned up in Jujutsu Kaisen and
Yeah.
My Hero Academia, and what's the other one?
Oh, there's like DC ones or something in there.
Oh, in America only. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the American version of this is so afraid to say Digimon.
Yeah.
Like their tweets are always raise your digital monster. Like it's so afraid to say Digimon.
Yeah.
The vital hero, like, and that's why like there's a Batman one and a Superman one and whatever else.
It's so weird.
Tokyo Revengers, that's the
one.
like there's just so many other anime that they're tacking on to this concept, but they're still trying to sell it through Digimon.
Yeah.
I
I
guess
feel like Digimon makes the most sense for it, because what do you do in My Hero Academia? You raise a Deku, is that his name?
Yeah.
You raise an All Might? Like, what?
I don't
Am I a parrot now?
Yeah,
I don't understand how that works.
I don't have any connection to those other franchises to even morbidly curiously import one of those dim cards and see how they function. Even the Batman one, I'm just like, no, I'm okay.
Like, do you start out with like baby Bruce and raise him into a bat? It's a strange
I know we did cover it, but I don't remember.
We looked at it really quickly, yeah, but I don't think it starts with like any. I don't think it starts with like any child versions.
No, I did not mean Batman Sim card. Yeah, vital hero. Memory, yeah. Batman memory, like
maybe the.
Yeah, like they released like 3 or 4 Digimon dim cards and then went, no, Batman and Superman. Does that make sense?
Yeah, normally the dim card.
Like the evolution chain should be like up here. Oh, I wonder if it's on Humulus. Hold on.
I was gonna say type in VHM instead of dim, and it might come up.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense that there wouldn't be.
Website,
yeah. But yeah,
back. Type in VHM instead of dim card.
Okay. No, just better looks at it. Hold on, is this? No, that's just what's on it. That's not the evolution chain itself. Oh,
there we go. It's very blurry, but
is there a better version of that image?
Zenon.
Zenon, we're doing
the
them.
rescue.
Zenon. All right, let's have a look here. So you started off with the DC logo,
Oh, I'm raising a logo.
then the DC logo covered in splooge.
Lovely.
Then you were Superman.
Yeah.
Then you could either evolve into Aquaman, Cyborg, The Flash, or Green Lantern. I feel like that's a downgrade.
I feel like all of that is a downgrade. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you could evolve into Supergirl, Wonder Woman, or Shazam.
Okay.
Or interesting that it's not Captain Marvel. But then Unknown.
Yeah, I guess they didn't want one line to be all women, just because people would complain about having to transform into a woman.
I don't know. I'm guessing the end, like, oh, that's just the Superman dim, right? That's not even the Batman one, which is why he's not here. On this villain one for like Lex Luthor, but like Catwoman and Joker are here, which is weird.
Yeah.
So you're also a DC logo, covered in splooge. Then you're the Joker, and you can evolve into either Harley Quinn, Black Manta, King Shark, or Catwoman, who can then evolve into either Black Adam, Reverse Flash, Darkseid, or Unknown, which I'm guessing. No, Joker's here, so I don't know what you put. Lex Luthor.
Joker and Superman are at the start of this.
Yeah,
I feel like they should be something you have to earn.
I guess Lex Luthor might be the last one here, but like, yeah.
Very strange.
Let me see if the actual Batman one's still on the website. Or is it just the Batman dim? Oh, hold on. Nope. Okay, so it's the bracelet that comes with the Batman chip. Like, but there's nothing within the box to tell you what the evolution line is on the Batman one.
No.
God damn it.
So you start off raising a logo.
Yeah. Like even the Metabots one was better than that, because you started off with the metal that powers up the Metabot, and then you raised up like the tin can robot, and then you start putting the armor on it as it got stronger.
Yeah, like there is a baby Superman.
Yeah.
In his little pod or whatever. Why not raise that?
Too much like Parenthood for little Jimmy. I don't want to think.
I love raising my pet Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's strange.
A little bit. But I think that's where we'll finish up, because this has not been a mini-sode.
It has not. No, this is the full episode.
We're like half an hour away from this being. We could have just done a live stream.
Yeah. Well. Some of the other ones have been this long.
Oh, I know. I'm just kind of.
But it hasn't been about the chapter.
No, it hasn't. Like, I think we put far too long trying to piece together the timeline of this one, and
it had to be done though.
Yeah.
To understand where we might be right now
in the story, like
yeah. And if we're not, then we can complain.
I can't wait for next week to just not acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And we just cut back to AG, and we're just left to our imagination what the meeting with Saya, what the meeting with Ryu Senju was about.
Yeah, but at least we'll kind of
have
a perspective of where it falls.
No, actually, that'll be funnier if the meeting has nothing to do with Saya and it's just how's Ryudamon doing? Show me its stats. The same way like AG has to check in about Lupamon. If it's just that, but for Ryudamon, I laugh.
I mean, I laugh because it really proves that she can't like banter and be friendly with him anymore. He's just like
it's just business.
It's just business completely.
Yeah.
Sorry, James H. Janice. Every time I say business, he's just in my head going business. Where he has the monocle.
Yeah.
Every time I say it's just business, that pops into my head.
Oh.
Yeah, no artwork. Do we have comments?
We might. Yeah, I am Zoran Stan. 420 blaze it for life, and James A. Janice is the devil. He's not. I'm
Poor
kidding. James is.
You just enjoy Zoran too.
I do. I do. I have a little crush on Zoran, and that's my problem, I guess.
You're looking for YouTube, sweetie.
I know I am. I was just.
What is that?
What?
Click on that.
Which this?
No, the next one.
This?
Yeah.
I do not know. The image is very blurry. Right. YouTube. on that one still. So switch. Crown. Studio. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So
we got a new one 15 hours ago.
cool. From Ali.
Yeah.
So, comments on 3-6. We have one from Desmond. No one loves the third wheel. And Ali says, while Yulin is beautiful, her characteristic is kind of numb. Presumably, this is on purpose. And in a way, if intentional or not, the Digimon card game gave a bit of foreshadowing that Yulin's first partner being Palmon, because of the BT15 Ryudamon line, was part of the it was green? Like, what was? Yeah, the Ryudamon line in that one is green for some reason. I didn't think that made sense, but that's an interesting. About the card game, I find it good that the card game is getting a mascot representative Digimon to it. Yeah, like that's I do agree there. I believe the first Digimon TC to ever get a mascot. I will believe Liberation project will be in a similar scale. A smaller scale, sorry. Presumably in the TCG only, but having it appear in the next novel series would be neat. And happy to get a new level 3 or 4, presumably level 5 bird-looking Digimon.
Yeah.
In
hiding.
Nope. No, that's it. No, I agree. I do like the look of these new Digimon that we're getting for the Liberation project.
They're better than that 02 Digimon anyway.
Oh god. Ugomon?
Yes. Ugomon, yeah.
I know it's Uko or Uko, but
it's Ugo.
it is Ugo. Not even that clip they put out where showing Louis and the Digimon meeting, like it has a Kulumon voice.
Okay.
And I'm like, no, I'm not here for this.
I didn't see that actually.
Yeah.
But we can watch that on the live show.
Yeah, his Digivice is different as well. It looks like the 99 Kids Digivice, but it's got like 2 extra buttons on it.
Okay.
Which is
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there was an artwork they put out with him and like Galamon and someone.
Yeah.
Or, like, was it a Halloween image or?
I think so, yeah.
Something like that, but they really tried to make him look cute by giving him the closed happy eyes.
Yeah.
And it should never open its eyes again. It should keep that face. Like, it should just be that happy face.
Yeah.
Because it looks a lot better.
Just perusing the internet, it looks like Batman in Metal Suit, Damian Wayne Robin, Batmobile, Nightwing, Batman Beyond, maybe Adam West Batman, and Red Hood are on the Batman dim card.
Yeah.
I can't tell.
You start out with the Batmobile instead of the DC logo. I'm sure you start out with the DC logo first, at least.
Oh, there we go. It's Flashpoint Batman.
Ah, okay.
Oh, it's not armored Batman. It's just, I don't know. Leathery suit Batman. More leathery suit. Oh wait, hold on. I don't know what this one is, but this is the one I thought was armored at first. But no, it's just that's just regular Batman. Like these images are too blurry for me to really make out who's supposed to be what, but yeah.
Red Hood looks like he just has his hands in his pockets like, what am I doing here?
Oh, on closer inspection of that sprite, that's not Damian. I don't think that's Damian Wayne Robin. I actually think that's Tim Drake Robin.
Okay.
Because obviously Dick Grayson Nightwing, and then Jason Todd Red Hood, Terry McGinnis Batman, and then we've just got Flashpoint Batman, who's Thomas Wayne.
Right.
And then we've Bruce here, the Batmobile, and then I guess this is just Bruce in armor.
Yeah, I don't recognize that. I don't think it's from one of the new ones anyway.
No, I'd probably recognize it more if I saw the suit it's based on.
Yeah.
But the sprite doesn't really do it much justice. Yeah. League.
God.
Yeah, I forced that one. I'm sorry.
Now it's time to go.
I think so. I think so. All right. Well, guys, look, yeah, we'll leave it there. We will see you tonight for the Cross Wars finale.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
We're gonna get the set ready.
No.
So tonight live, if you're watching this as it goes out on Wednesday afternoon, tonight live we will be watching episodes 53 and 54 of Digimon Cross Wars.
Yeah.
And then we'll be giving it our final scores, tallying up all the votes we gave the characters to see who is the best character in the show. And yeah, just how it averages out. Do you think it's going to do better than how our Tamers averages
100%.
worked?
It's got like 25s. It's like there's no way it's not going to do better than Tamers. Tamers had 3 5s on my side and 4 on yours.
Yeah.
And like I said, it didn't even deserve like
2 of those.
2 of those.
Because they were just because cute.
Yeah.
So, as a quick reminder, just for those who want to tune in live, this is how Digimon Tamers averaged out. And yeah, you
Cross
should.
Wars is gonna do so much better.
Yeah, you should definitely come along to see just how that works out for Cross Wars. We're gonna do the Cross Wars ratings in 2 separate ways. We're gonna see how Arc 1 of Cross Wars weighs up against Arc 2, and then we're gonna measure the entire 54 episode initial season as a whole. Then we're going to be doing Digimon Survive for a few weeks to do the golden route, and then we'll be moving on to Digimon Frontier and Digimon Savers simultaneously.
On Sunday we're going to play
Next Order on the Switch.
Yeah, for a little while, yeah.
Because I'm on call for work next week, so it makes no sense to start Survive until I'm back on rotation.
Yeah.
And we may, God forbid, or God willing.
God willing, yeah.
Actually, sorry, I meant God forbid there's any more setbacks, but God willing, we might actually be able to move house in the next week or 2. So we're just really waiting for that to settle down, or for us to have further information before we start Survive. So this Sunday, in place of Tamers, we're going to do Digimon World Next Order on the Switch to see what easy mode is like, and to see if it makes the game any more enjoyable. Because I tried to play this game in the lead up to Survive a few years ago, and it was a goddamn chore.
Yeah.
I love that we both just start doing that. Yeah, so I'm hoping.
I feel like that bit in Forrest Gump, you know, where the principal comes over because his mother wants him to get into the school. And he's like, "Your mother sure loves you, boy." And Forrest Gump just starts going, imitating what they were doing. So that's what the Digimon do. They just run around imitating bad sex noises.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, so we'll be doing the golden route of Digimon Survive. So the podcast will be on hold. It'll become Code Crown Plays for a few weeks. Then we'll get into Digimon Frontier and Survive as Digimon Frontier and Digimon Savers, too many S's, as simultaneous viewings, similar to what we've been doing with Appmon and Ghost Game, Cross Wars and Tamers, etc.
Yeah.
And then we will go back and do the final arc of Cross Wars.
Yeah, because there'll be more context to it then.
Yeah, because this is Meg's first time absorbing any and all of this, so I figured the season with the multiverse crossover should probably wait until we at least know or have met the other universes. And then it's all up in the air. We've kind of discussed doing Adventure 99 versus Adventure 2020 and kind of seeing how that pans out.
By the time that rolls around, we might have more 02.
Yeah.
To go against the other 02.
Yeah, we could have a new show. We could have anything. There could be Digimon Seeker's successor. We don't really know what the future holds, but it sounds like we've enough content to go into 2025 at the very least.
At least, yeah.
And then we become a .hack sign podcast. Or a .hack, the universe podcast. I don't know. We'll look at the mangas and such.
Meg to
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, well, we have to go. We still have all the Digimon manga to get through. So there's, the Digimon content is not going anywhere on this channel.
Yeah, like if Seekers just stops eventually,
yeah,
and we want more minisodes, we could always start doing Dreamers or something, because
Yeah.
that's been translated now, and hopefully the translations are
the
good.
translation actually seems to be done by a team.
Yeah.
So that so it was an immediate improvement over Seeker's
announcement.
initials over the announcement. Yes.
Yeah, that was.
Oh God. Yeah.
That was hilariously bad.
The boy who no outside or
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, just really awkward.
yeah, really awkward broken English for the translation announcement and synopsis and things. It was wild, but yeah, after Seekers, and we'll kind of see where we are in the grander scheme of the podcast, and we'll kind of take it from there. Maybe doing the manga as minisodes is a good idea, because it kind of, otherwise we kind of have to expect everyone to have the manga to. Yeah. We can't do a live read along.
No,
that's kind of illegal.
Yeah. That's a big old copyright issue.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we can't be just putting it on screen. Like, we can put one panel on, like,
to illustrate a point or something.
You know.
Yeah. Similar to what we're doing with the Seekers images, like,
like
one panel isn't gonna,
Yeah, you're allowed to show things off and talk about them. That's fair use and all that. But
Japan, understanding fair use.
Yeah. But that's the thing, we're showing off one page and talking about the context around it, as opposed to just flipping through every page and every panel so everyone can just read it as a book.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the difference.
That is indeed the difference. So yeah, we've plenty of plans for the future. So hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't done that in a while. That felt dirty. Anyway, yeah. So hit the subscribe button, like this video for more, and tell your friends about the Code Crown podcast, because we've got plans and we're coming for you. I don't know where I was going with that. Again, kind of like the start, seemed better in my head.
Yeah, yeah. Also, I could see it in your eyes when you were like subscribe and blah blah. You were like, I feel dirty.
Yeah,
I always feel dirty doing that, but you gotta say it sometimes.
The cringe.
Some people,
the cringe doesn't go away.
Yeah, but some people will be watching something because it's in the algorithm. It's constantly there, and you won't realize you're not actually subscribed to it. So
yeah, that's fair.
Little reminder every now and then is not so bad. Another podcast I follow says that at the end of every video, and I'm like, okay, we get it.
Ooh. 15 hours until Cargo Dramon evolves into Brigade Dramon.
Ooh.
But definitely
by Cross Wars.
What?
By Cross Wars, then.
By Cross Wars, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if I load him back in first thing in the morning, in theory, no, because we
depends on what
maybe it depends.
Yeah.
Maybe by the end of Cross Wars, similar to how Commandramon evolved during the stage play on Sunday.
Everyone, we're being attacked, evolve, and Commandramon is like, yeah, me too.
Couldn't have timed it. Couldn't have planned it better if we wanted to. But, yeah. So maybe by the end of the Cross Wars podcast tomorrow, Cargo Dramon here will evolve, but I don't think we'll have him beforehand. Which is fine. It gives me more time to level him up.
Yeah.
His stats are currently all plus 560. My plan is to try and get that up to maybe 999.
Okay.
Depending on how busy or whatever work is tomorrow, to just try and max out those stats.
Yeah.
So that when he evolves, I'm like, okay, I can take my Brigade Dramon online on that stupid app. I'm not going to take it online. I hate that app. I don't have the patience for that app. But I want him to be strong.
Part of the reason I stopped using them was trying to put them in the app was just
it's such a chore.
It's like, there's no bracelet. Oh no, you moved your bracelet too fast. Okay. Now your bracelet's been on for too long. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I bring back the Vital Bracelet Lab rather than the arena sucks.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It is,
I never used the other one, but this one is just so bad.
Yeah,
Such a chore.
I miss the old app. Everyone misses the old app.
Mm.
Come on. Anyway, guys, look after yourselves. We'll see you back here next week for Digimon Seekers 3-8. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you tonight if you're watching this as it goes out for the Cross Wars finale.
Yeah.
So, take care of yourselves. Much love, and we'll see you soon. You may go in peace. Da 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 da. Done.